I started to focus on my real singular contribution to the revolution that was taking place.
Yes, so my name is Lila Ike, and I'm here to talk about this book.
Bless up everybody, you don't know, it's Jik Reuben, the visual ninja, also known as a visual advocate. You don't know me there, representing for Bookman Express. Boom.
It's Rica G, from a little bit of everywhere in the diaspora. I actually got my copy of the book at a Chronics concert in 2017 in Atlanta, Georgia.
How long did it take you to read that book?
That's a good question. I remember I started it before kind of going on a personal journey that was mental, spiritual, and physical, like actually journeying. But I would say about the 2 or 3 weeks, because I went through it every day. I was like, yo, I need to read a piece of this, and I would go back and revisit certain pages and highlight and make notes and meditate on a few of the things that I felt connected to.
This copy belongs to Protege. I was in his car and I saw it sticking out through the back pocket on the driver's seat chair. And I took up the book and I looked at it and I was like, hold on, a Bookman this?
He knew from a very young age that he wanted to document everything that he was doing for the future generation.
My name is Gladstone Taylor. I'm a writer, music journalist, copywriter, and all-around creative. For me, mythology is a big part of my spirituality as well. That's why I try to partake as much and like pick as much. And that's why I guess that's why I was one of the reasons why I was able to see like so much like value in what he was doing, you know, because there I can see other cultures, so many other people like documenting their stories, coming into like greater like spiritual depth or just in general more mature mind, but we haven't done a lot of that, you know, and it was very important for me in that time because I was seeking, you know, and it's a very tragic thing to be seeking and not able to find. But I was lucky to be able to find tried and true at the time, and you know, I'm glad it's there for those who are seeking as well as me. Tried and true for me was a very real part of my initiation, and I mean, not everybody shares that kind of relationship with their craft where they grow with it, you know, but it was very much that way for me. It was a spiritual thing, you know, even now, and so coming across tried and true in that way, in that time, it was a full-on initiation for me as well. It showed me a way how to communicate without, because what his book did, it had me ask the question, why not, you know, in so many places where I was thinking like there was restrictions and you had to do it this way, or, you know, but it's like I said, it opened that door for me, you know, and just because I was able to have the experience with it and, you know, meet other people who were having a similar experience with it, that was, I mean, that in itself, it's an individual spiritual experience and it's a communal spiritual experience as well.
While reading it, I could relate to many aspects of it. I compared your age and the year and what I was doing at that age and what I was doing at that year, that time period. And it was around a time where I myself, like looking at 2000 and 2009 all the way to 2010, like I was going through a shift within myself, spiritually, what I was doing through university and what I was doing as my quote-unquote passion are two different things. And I was growing my name and what, you know, everybody started out, I started out as a rebel without a cause. And then, so reading the book, I was just like, oh shit, he's at that place where I was at that time period. And then I saw where you moved from just, you know, rebelling against anything and just, you know, lighting a fire against anybody and just being so focused and being, like I started to see things start to unfold for him and see how it was unfolding for me at the same time, pretty much.
Man, I can tell you straight up, the first one that stands out is the line about being committed to the spiritual development of humanity, because I felt like that whole paragraph spoke to my life and the way I feel compelled to kind of navigate the world around me. And then there was like looking at having your fireplace, your water place like that. I was actually exploring the island a bit more than I had before around that time. And so I used that as a way for me to chart my progress. Like, yo, all right, where can I go to really connect with the earth in this way? Can I really connect with the water in a way? And what do I get from that? And I remember actually journaling about like, yo, I found it today, and where the ocean and the river meet, like that's my spot.
In finding those spaces, not necessarily physical spaces, but finding those spaces within yourself too.
Yeah.
It helps you on your path, you know what I mean? So even if you're awakening and you read this book up, in addition to the many other books that will motivate you and inspire spiritually,
Yeah.
it will carry you to a place of understanding and knowing your truth.
I say an influence in me to come here read it and I say, yo, you know, so me to write a book one of them day too, for sure.
And if you read this book and you feel like you want to sit down and just do nothing because you feel like your voice now no power, after reading this book, trust me, you have that strength there.
Man.
You see me? That's what this book provides.
I get it, all of it. There's something to hear about, like understanding that you need to see the signs that come to you in life, whether you misinterpret them or not, you can't ignore them. Resonated with me because I took this book as one of those signs.
When you guys started Manifesto, I saw the parallels when me, Matthew, Travis, Gladstone, Ruby, and Theo from London started a collective to pretty much do the same thing. Like we started a collective out of a company that wanted to do things for the reggae space, and Travis and Matthew contacted me and was like, yo, I have this thing and we want to, you know, document and want to bring you on board. And it moved from that into us being a collective that use our creative talents to, you know, advocate and, you know, document the culture around us.
As somebody who does youth work as well, I could see myself kind of in the position of like making something like that happen and contributing in that way, and I connected to it.
Another thing I'm rate about him is a man who love talk about him wife. For me as a woman, for somebody to just be so compassionate and obviously proud and just show so much love towards another woman, you know, the mother of him children, then me respect that from a man. You know, he's like, yeah, when me go home, my wife would deal with my two of them for me good. So, you know, it's really fun.
I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, reggae revival. And I hear like the whole controversy around it. But at the same time, what it did was it united a generation, to me, I believe.
When I first learned about Dutty, I like everybody keeps telling me, yo, trust me, that he's an extremely smart person, and I kept hearing about his connection with the whole revival, with the music and just the culture and everything. And you know, I went on the road with him, with Protege, observed that, you know, because I'm expecting, okay, this person is gonna be like a really straightforward, nerdy person who gonna just be getting the job done. And then just going on the road with him, I realized, say, oh, he's a really, really cool person, him chill, him funny. And then with all of that, reading the book now and learning that he actually is really extremely smart. You get to me and say, me never know, say, he work with manifesto and all of them things there. So, you know, learning about all of that is really good, for sure. It sounds bland, but it's true.
It's a great coming of age story that I would recommend.
It's something I really want to pass on to more of my younger mentees as well, because I think it's a lot of valuable treasures in here.
So, you know, it's a good read and he's a good person.
Give thanks. Thank you, Lila.
Meet man.
Touch my soul, you know.
Yo, you don't know, Jik Reuben, the visual ninja, the visual advocate, representing the tried and true. Get the book, is it? Nice.